kiddos. Thank you for joining me for story time. This is your fairy godmother, Miss Kitty, and today we're going to read a story called The Adventures of Denver and Malia. This story is about the friendship between a dragon and a cute little bunny. You never know who you may find a friend in. Never judge a book by its cover. The Adventures of Denver and Malia is written by Najla Ali, illustrated by Danica Publico. Message for today: be kind, think positive, and know how special you are. Let's get started. Denver and Malia were the very best of friends, and it went without saying that they were the oddest blend. That's because Denver was a dragon and Malia was a bunny, and to see them together was certainly very funny. Malia was small and fluffy, but very bold and brave, but she did have a mischievous side and was apt to misbehave. Denver was big and strong and ruled with a breath of fire. He was beautiful with his iridescent scales and such an amazing flyer. This is the story of how they met one cold and fateful day. Huddled in a mound of leaves is where the dragon lay. Malia was looking for food when she suddenly spied what looked like a small dragon that was desperately trying to hide. Looking over carefully, she found the dragon's face, but he looked so very scary that she started to run away. But the dragon had seen her and he was very hungry, and so he chased after her until she was breathless and grungy. When the dragon reached her, Malia was very scared, but she bravely put out her hand and in it was a carrot. The dragon ate the food and then sat down beside her. With all of the running he had done, the dragon was starting to tire. Then the dragon yawned and closed his sleepy eyes. Malia examined the dragon. He was more than twice her size. When the morning came, the dragon awoke. He looked at her for a while, then finally he spoke. He said his name was Denver, and he didn't have a home. He was heading to the countryside to have lots of space to roam. Malia was also headed there and said they could go together. They would travel every day regardless of the weather. And that's just what they did, becoming friends along the way. They took care of each other and had lots of time to play. Malia would find shelter for them, and Denver would find food. Malia learned to build a fire, and Denver carried the wood. A week into their journey, a robin taught Denver to fly, and once he was confident enough, he took Malia for a ride. They flew into the sky, never once looking down, and after a long and beautiful ride, they headed towards the ground. They loved to play games in the trees. Their favorite was hide and seek. Malia was great at hiding, but Denver always peeked. They played into the seasons, enjoying when they would change. They swam in the summer and danced out in the rain. And as the months passed, Denver got bigger and bigger. No longer a baby dragon, he now had strength and vigor. This made Malia nervous, as Denver was now harder to hide, but she did her very best to keep him out of sight. One thing was they both made sure to stay away from the human's nest. Some humans could be nice, but most were dangerous. They began to travel only at night to avoid being seen. They didn't fly. Once they crossed the human's land, they would make it to the countryside. But a hunter had gotten wind that there was a dragon in town, and grabbing her old rifle, she was determined to shoot him down. Just as the pair reached the inn, of the sleepy little town. A giant bang filled the air, and poor Denver fell down. He urged Malia to go without him and said he would join her soon. But Malia wouldn't leave him as she sung a mournful tune. It grew and grew and grew in size, engulfing the dragon in sparks. Denver's body was gone now without leaving any marks. The only thing that did remain was lying on the grass. Denver had left behind an egg made entirely of glass. Malia picked it up and carried it to her journey's end. She had made it to the countryside, but she wished she was with her friend. She took good care of the dragon's egg, and it had a good place in her home. And though she knew Denver was with her, she often felt alone. And then, one warm and sunny day, the egg began to crack. Malia was beyond delighted. She had her friend back. The end. And that's the story of The Adventures of Denver and Malia by Najla Ali. If you'd like to support the author and purchase a book for your home library, you can do so at Amazon.com. And you also can find the book on Kindle Unlimited. Thank you, kiddos, for joining me for story time. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you soon. See you at the next story time. Ciao for now. Guys, we are the Pixie Sisters, and this story was brought to you by the letter A. A for apple. 5-letter words to start with the letter A. Amore. A-M-O-R-E. Amore. Starts with the letter A. Thank you for joining us for story time and letters of the day. Let's sit on down.